Good morning. Thank you all for being here today. I'm Amy Jackson. I'm the president of the Catoosa County Chamber of Commerce. And we're here today to announce a new chamber member and for a ribbon cutting for a very special lady, Stephanie Treadway. And we just appreciate her being a part of the Catoosa County Chamber of Commerce. And I know a lot of you have gathered today because it is a special day. At the same time, we're remembering a very special chamber ambassador that we all miss a whole lot. Yvonne Morgan, today is her birthday. And so I think it's just so appropriate and fitting that we have welcomed Stephanie to the chamber, a place that her mama loved a whole lot and spent a lot of time and gave a lot of energy and effort. And just know that we're here for you today. We miss her and think about y'all and think about her. I think all of us are we go to a chamber event and we expect her to walk through the door still. So she gave a lot, not only to the chamber, but to our community, to Catoosa County, and a lot of the veterans and the memorials, and obviously the Veteran Memorial, we're right outside of that. Come on in. And so just to talk a little bit about Yvonne today, I think it's fun to be among friends and reminisce and remember, and just appreciate that today is her birthday, her first birthday in heaven. And Stephanie, we just appreciate your commitment to Yvonne, to your mama, and love just welcoming you to the chamber today with your business, United Real Estate Experts. Let me get that right, United Real Estate Experts. Stephanie, if you want to come on up and talk a little bit about, I hope you have a few things to say today because we'd love to hear your heart. And just know that we're here for you and we feel it too. So here you go, right here.
I want to say happy birthday to Jack Staples, too, because Jack reminded me when I called to invite him. He said, "Are we going to have birthday cake?" Yes, Jack, we have birthday cake. It is pink, but we do have birthday cake. Happy birthday, Jack.
Well, y'all shared a birthday.
They shared a birthday. There's some discrepancy about who was older, but however it went, she would argue with you about that. So. But yes, thank you, everyone, for coming and supporting my real estate business. It is a very special day. I have followed both of my parents in their career paths. I guess if I were to sum up what my business is all about, I'd have to say it's about service, in serving people in their wishes and their dreams, making them feel better, creating a home or a business that they were searching for, and that fulfills purpose and everybody wins. That's just a simple set of values that my parents modeled. Today is also a very special day because it's my mom's birthday. I couldn't think of a better time to celebrate than today. And today we're going to celebrate life. I've had so many people over the past few months since mom passed away ask me, "How did your mom do it? How did she do all that she did?" And I have to tell you, she did a lot more than I thought she did. So I want to tell you a story and tell you how she did it. So growing up, I had wonderful parents. I had a wonderful childhood. It was a loving home, and I never heard my parents argue. We were very involved in church. In fact, we were there more than we were at home, and I never knew anything different. I can remember a meeting in church, and my dad was talking, and he said, "There's going to be a road, and it's going to start in one end of the county, and it's going to go to the foot of the mountain. And that's going to be a place where people need to have a home and they need to have a church for their families." And everybody said, "I just don't see how that's going to happen, but whatever." So thus, 2A was eventually created. We moved to North Georgia as I started first grade. My dad established his real estate office on 2A, and mom opened up her hair salon at a small little intersection with a four-way stop called Burning Bush. And daddy started construction, creating Rolling Hills subdivision. That's where mom met Debbie and Gail. And that was a strong group of businesswomen who became lifelong friends. You see, as realtors, we are problem solvers, and service is just what we do. My dad felt he could serve the community by serving people's lives, so he decided to run for state representative. I would hop in the car with him, and we would drive down long roads, and he would stop and knock on doors and talk to people about their businesses and their lives. And he said, "If I were your state representative, what are some things that I could do to make the life of your business and your family better. And of course, that would lead to long talks and long discussions, but Mom knew we would always come home for dinner. One afternoon, we were having a family picture made, and Mom asked me, "Go wake up your dad, he's taking a nap." So I nudged him, and he had a seizure. I didn't know what was happening. We found that he had a brain tumor and he had 6 months to live. But he lived another 6 years. God had things for him to do here, and he had a purpose. During this time, he did the best he could with his work. We made weekend trips to Atlanta to Public Service Commission meetings. We stayed with friends and representatives. Fast forwarding to my senior year in high school, it was Christmas of 1988. We were driving in the car, and I remember my mom asking my dad, "What would you like for Christmas?" He said, "Oh, don't worry about me." He said, "It's time for me to go home and be with the Lord." Mom said, "What?" He said, "Yep, my work here on earth is done." She said, "What am I going to do?" He said, "You are a very strong woman, and you will be just fine." The last week of January 1989, I came home from school and he was very sick. I knew that wasn't right, so I called for an ambulance. Fast forwarding, the doctor said, "We've done all we can do. We just don't know how this has happened. He's beat all the odds." But I can remember his team of doctors crying. My dad was in a coma for just under a year. I would meet my friends at the skilled care unit. We would have dinner there. Mom would come in the mornings, lunch, and then meet us for dinner. Our church family, leaders in the community, and friends from neighboring counties were there through all of it with us. My parents were thankful for those relationships. About 3 months into a coma, we got the green light for all of the projects he had been working on for so many years with so many people. Sound familiar? Graduation came, college started, and Mom went to work working every day as she stood by his side until his passing in September of 1989. Mom was a very strong woman, and she alone expanded her business into the burning bush gifts and tuxedos. And if you were fortunate enough to be adorned in one of the burning bush tuxedos, then you know that she had a purpose behind that. Because you all served so well in the community, you were serving us dinner at galas. But she would just look at you and smile and put her hand on her hip and say, "I know you guys were just waiting to get in that tux." I was praying last week like I do all the time in the car, and I was thinking, what would Mom do? What would she tell me to do in this situation? And I pulled up behind a truck, and on the back of the truck was a logo for the business, and it said, "Service is all about relationships." I considered that a God wink. I think to say my parents served would be an understatement, and relationships that were created were from all of you serving together for the better of the community, and most importantly, to each other. My dad left a legacy and passed it to my mom, and she did what she knew. She prayed about everything. Well, and the rest is history now, and it's been handed to me. I can tell you that I stay in prayer 24/7, and I say it's 2023. I miss her terribly, and I know she wouldn't come back. My parents served like they did because they had a purpose. They had a God given purpose because they knew that one day they would stand before God and He would say, "Job well done, good and faithful servant." Isn't that what life's about? That's how my parents lived their life. They put God first, and everything else was given. I have been so grateful and so blessed over the last few months to become so close to some of you that have been lifelong friends with her. You make me feel closer to her. I will forever cherish our last conversation together. She told me lots of things that I will forever remember. We've been through a lot together. We had plans to spend the day together, but when I got there that morning, shockingly, we didn't get that last time together. But God knew every detail. She's celebrating every day now in eternity with her Savior. And after Mom's passing, I believe I had 7 funerals I attended in February. One being of my dearest, best, close friend. And her daddy passed away on my birthday. And I remember the pastor saying, "You have a birth date and you have an end date, and it's that little dash in between that matters." Mom would want us to always smile, pray about all of it, and leave everyone feeling a little bit better than they did when they came in the room. And that's how she did it. So thank you for your time today. Thank you for spending it honoring my mom, loving on me, and supporting my business. I appreciate each one of you. Thank you.
Okay. We do have a little gift for you from the chamber, and we hope it opens many doors for you. And we feel a little bit closer to your mom having you around. And so we just look forward to supporting your business here in our community, and anything we can do to help do that. We're here for you. Okay.
Thank you.
All right.